Welcome to Mastering Real Estate Online Marketing. Let the truth be told. My name is Randy Thornton, and I'm your host. For those who may be unfamiliar with me, that is about to change. So hang tight. Your time is valuable, and so is mine. So let's get started. This special webinar is filled with lessons that I have wanted to expose for a long time. There is chaos surrounding the topic of online marketing for the real estate industry. There are experts throwing magical solutions at you, industry publications, organizations, corporate events, motivational speakers, and colleagues. You are bombarded with mastering online real estate solutions. So, why are you here? Could it be you've not been told the truth? Originally, when I started drafting this slide deck to present the launch of something I believe is exceptional for online real estate marketing, it began with the same old info you've come to expect. It was not too long before I had an aha moment. I could also use this opportunity to share something of value and give back to an industry that has been very good to me by sharing some of my most painful lessons. When the truth is told and you learn from it, you will increase your business profits by exercising proven, tactical, and strategical online marketing maneuvers. Today, I have two objectives. The first is to unveil mysterious yet uncomplicated online real estate marketing strategies that will absolutely increase your financial outcomes for your real estate business. At the end of this webinar, I have something I consider momentous to reveal, so stay tuned. I'm going to shake things up a little bit by cutting to the chase and demonstrating real life and truthful concepts. No fluff, just factual, straightforward direction. The information you are about to hear should change the way you think about online marketing for your real estate business forever. Throughout this presentation, you will hear me say the word successful or success very often. Before we go any further, I do want to clarify. I will be referring to financial success. I will be describing something we all strive to accomplish each and every day we get up and go to work. Don't get me wrong. Personally, I do not believe financial success is what makes a person successful in life. But in order to accomplish today's learning objective, this is how we need to reference this word. And remember, at the very end, I have a big announcement, a broadcast that will be a game changer. And because you are here, you will be one of the very first to learn about this. So let's get started. Following is a condensed version of my financial success story. I'm sharing the online marketing lessons I have learned so you can learn from both my mistakes and my wins and leave this webinar with valuable takeaways, actionable takeaways that will increase your business's bottom line this month, this quarter, and the years to come. So let's start from the beginning. I don't remember the exact date my dad announced he was going to quit his job as an engineer at 3M. I think he had been there 16 years, and he was going to become a realtor. At age 6 or 7, I do remember sitting in our living room, listening to my parents brainstorming about a real estate company name and reviewing mock-up logo designs. At the time, I was too young to know what that meant or what a realtor even did. But I do know our family was always well provided for. And growing up, my father was a pillar of our community. Now let's jump ahead to 1985, at which time I was 23. Without much warning, I suddenly became a single mom with two very beautiful but yet very young daughters. Being a single mom had its challenges, but the most prevalent obstacle I faced was financial. Even though I worked full-time as a beautician, my paychecks did not cover rent or daycare, let alone diapers, food, clothing, the basics that I needed to support me and my daughters. Looking back, those were very lean times. Perhaps I should have been more concerned, but there were two big advantages I had and that I'm very grateful for. Although it was not my first choice, I was always able to rely upon my parents to help bridge the gaps. And secondly, I knew I would figure out how to fix this problem. But looking back, there is absolutely no way I could have predicted how that would eventually happen. I did a lot of juggling and managed to get several job interviews, which unfortunately were followed by a lot of job rejections. For a while, solutions appeared to be limited for a single parent with no college education. I had my share of negative feedback and was told more often than I care to count the word no. In my ongoing quest to financially support my children, I continuously scoured the newspapers. Yes, back then, that's where you looked for a job. One day I came across an ad for a real estate agent job at a business brokerage. The ad said the position required a real estate license. This intrigued me. If I got the job, I would be following in my dad's footsteps. I put on my one and only business suit, and after a surprisingly short interview, I got the job. Excited, I called my dad, the realtor, and announced to him that I had some really great news. I was going to get my real estate license and I was going to sell businesses. But he responded, "Randy, most agents fail after 2 years. And a commission-only paying job is probably not too smart when you need to support your children." Followed by, "Your car has a hole in the floorboard on the passenger side. How are you going to be able to drive prospective buyers around?" Well, needless to say, I was crushed at his reaction. But actually, more importantly, that made me more determined than ever. I could be successful at real estate, and on top of that, I was going to make my dad proud. I just knew I could do it. Next, I took the necessary real estate courses, I studied hard, and I passed the exam. With my license in hand, happily off to work as a real estate agent I went. The first day on the job, I was given a desk, a chair, and the yellow pages, the phone book, which was about 6 inches thick. I was instructed to start dialing. Every day, I dialed as many business numbers as possible, asking business owners if they wanted to sell their businesses. I did get a few meetings. Eventually, I did manage to sell one business, a garage door company, with the help and support of my broker. Days later, the broker announced that he was going to be closing the doors and going out of business. This put me back to the drawing board and the newspaper. The good news is it wasn't long before another newspaper ad grabbed my attention. It stated a real estate license was required. It was a loan office position for a mortgage broker. Could this be karma? I did get the job, and off to work I went again. Immediately after I started, I was asked to perform tasks that absolutely were foreign to me. There were things I needed to know, like loan-to-value ratios, how to calculate debt-to-income ratios. I had to know how to read business and personal income tax returns and appraisals. With little to zero support from my boss, I had an enormous learning curve that seemed almost impossible at the time. I worked long hours, and thankfully, a fellow loan officer turned out to be a great mentor. I learned a lot from listening and watching her. It was about 9 or 12 months later, and a lot of 60-plus hour work weeks. I learned most of the basics relating to the mortgage industry. I now knew how to qualify mortgage applicants. I had developed troubleshooting abilities for unexpected situations such as title work problems, and how to close mortgage transactions. More importantly, I was now 100% able to support myself and my daughters, and I knew my dad was proud of me. I worked at this company for about 7 years. Each month, the top producer was awarded a plaque that was hung in the main office wall. When I left, the wall was filled with plaques that had my name on them. It had been a long road, and this was a great ending to a chapter in my career story. During the last year working as a loan officer, ideas and thoughts about how to financially progress kept coming to me. One of them was the notion to launch my own mortgage company. The fact I had never run a business before did not slow me down, because this is exactly what I did next. As a new business owner, there were a multitude of unexpected challenges, but the biggest one was marketing. During my previous 2 jobs, I had kind of marketed, but any marketing I did was me, just marketing myself, just like real estate agents do. I asked business owners to work with me if they wanted to sell their businesses or achieving a referral base from my mortgage clientele as a loan officer. I had performed this type of marketing, but I had never marketed a business, and that was going to be different. One thing I did know for certain, marketing was going to be the key to my company's success, and the decisions I made would be impactful. Not too original, but for the first couple of years, I did what I saw every other successful mortgage company doing to generate leads and closings. I'm not sure if you are aware or if it's the same today, but the size of an ad determines its placement. The bigger the ad, the bigger and better the placement, or actually the more prominent the placement. That meant for the yellow pages, there were like an eighth of page ads all the way to full page ads. For the classifieds, placement was based upon the number of lines you bought. So, for example, if I placed an ad in the classified section of the newspaper with 20 ads, anybody that placed an ad with 21 lines would be ahead of and on top of my ad, or anyone with 19 or less lines would be below my ad. So by the second year of doing what everybody else was doing, I was actually able to place larger ads and gain more prominent placement. So I paid to get a larger ad in the yellow pages, which was extremely expensive, and I continued to purchase more lines in the classifieds than my competitor. I even did some marketing that some competitors couldn't afford, or maybe was a little bit more untraditional in my industry, which was I did some highway billboards, and I also participated in some TV commercials. It was around my second or third year in business, I just became obsessed with the internet. Although I did not have any supporting references or anyone I could turn to and learn more about the internet, I just had a strong belief that the World Wide Web would be a great marketing vehicle for my mortgage business. By 1999, I bought my first domain name, and I had hired a professional web developer. Back then, building a website was much different than it is today. After several months consumed with countless hours devoted to deciding what content should be displayed and then creating that content and coming up with design concepts and layouts that were sketch ideas I had on paper and sometimes on napkins, and working and determining optimal functionality and capabilities, conceiving a viable overall web concept, and over $6,000 later, the website went live. I was ready to validate my intuition that the internet was a great place to market my business and reach my prospects, and I knew that they would just come in droves. You can probably guess what happened next. Nothing. Nobody came. Where were all the people that needed a mortgage? I was stumped. Further discovery brought to my attention there was a profession I had never heard of, SEO experts or search engine optimization professionals who knew how to get websites discovered when somebody did an online search. Brilliant! Now my prospects could find my website. Guess what happened next? You guessed it, nothing. After hiring several SEO experts, wasting a lot of my time and more money than I care to recall, I still had not generated one single closing from my online marketing efforts. This was beginning to feel similar to my early days when I was looking for a job and I received a lot of rejections. Unwilling to give up, I continued researching and learning absolutely everything I could about online marketing. Using my own website as a testing ground, I was able to implement and experiment with the vast variety of online marketing strategies. Some of what I tested worked, while other times the advice or approach I took actually did more harm than good. Several years later, years that included exhaustive late night and weekends that were used to experiment and test SEO strategies, trial and error, and frankly, the obsession I had with internet marketing, I had purchased over 200 domain names and had several developed real estate-related, mortgage-related websites. Together, these websites generated well over 500,000 monthly hits. It was at this juncture I could confidently pronounce that my online marketing efforts paid off. Business was great. I no longer worried how to financially care for my family. It was amazing to have this independency and newfound freedom. I now had established a substantial ongoing monthly income stream. I traveled more. My daughters were able to study abroad. I paid for their college. I bought a second home in Florida, actually purchased many real estate properties for investment. I wasn't a millionaire, but I had come a long way. I had never experienced financial freedom to this level, and it felt good. I finally found myself making more and working less, which enabled me the luxury to enjoy my newfound liberties. I was very appreciative. One day, out of the blue, I got a call from an industry leader inquiring about purchasing my websites. Really? I hadn't even considered selling them. But as they say, money talks. But what were they worth? I won't go into all the details, but I did devise a formula. I took the average number of website visitors and multiplied that by the amount an advertiser would have paid Google for the same website visitor, known as CPC or cost per click. After several conversations, he was ready to write a check. It was a big payday and one of my most successful business accomplishments. This day would never have occurred if I had not answered a newspaper ad for a real estate loan position out of the desperation to support my family. Yes, I did have a .com success story, and this made an even bigger online marketing success story. With the sale of my online businesses and my mortgage company came a no-compete clause for 2 years. So for the next 2 years, I was a franchise sales director for Realogy, which at the time was Cendant. I called on real estate companies and brokers to help them grow their business. I learned a lot and I met a lot of great people. After 2 years and my non-compete was over, I had to get back to SEO, website development, and doing just what I loved best. SEO GoogleGuru.com was developed, and I became known online as the SEO Google Guru. I have also founded RealWits.com, which is a real estate company website development platform, as well as a few others. I'm still obsessed with SEO, website development, and online marketing, which allows me to help and support other real estate professionals who use my services. I just absolutely love my job. This is my story. When I look back, there are takeaways that I reflect on even today. History, data, trends, experience, and a lot of really smart people have all established the internet as the biggest thing since sliced bread. As you just learned, one of my biggest financial success stories was the direct result of online marketing. Online marketing provided a steady monthly revenue flow and the opportunity to do things I loved. Later, I sold my online business and had a significant payday. Financial success means something different to everyone. Success to you might mean conducting business from a yacht in the South Pacific, or being able to expand your business to new marketplaces. But perhaps we can all agree that financial success means not having to worry or stress over money. So what about the how? For those of you that have worked with me in the past, what you are about to hear might not be what you expect. As an SEO expert, I often speak about how important implementing SEO best practices are, such as keyword research, image optimization, URL structures, and a variety of other techie strategies to achieve maximum online real estate marketing success. Today is different. Before we go any further, I want to pause for a moment and I want to ask you, what is your biggest online financial story? You know, the moment when you knew you nailed it, what did it feel like? The truth is, we all want to feel like this as much of the time as possible. Looking back, when I founded my mortgage company, originally, I first felt successful because I was able to participate and maintain the same marketing practices as bigger players in my sphere of influence were able to do. I was able to be the same. I was able to place yellow page ads and classified ads. Eventually, each and every year, I was able to outspend them, but my ad and my advertising market budget grew exponentially. The Yellow Page rep even provided me box seat tickets to a Garth Brooks concert and was frequently called for special events and tickets that they had. I was a good customer. In an attempt to boost business revenues, I did some uncommon even more expensive marketing, such as TV commercials and highway billboards. Month after month, I repeated the same cycle, and my monthly advertising or marketing expenses became larger. It actually just became a vicious circle. In the earlier years as a business owner, part of me liked to be like everyone else. There was comfort in that. I thought because I was able to keep up with what everybody else was doing, my business marketing strategies were successful. The truth is, it was only when I decided not to follow the crowd, truly do something different, expand into the unknown, take some risk with online marketing, that I actually crushed it. Earlier, I left out some very important details regarding one of the most important financial successes I've ever experienced, and that was the day I got the paycheck for selling my online businesses. We need to go back and we need to take a closer look what happened behind the scenes and what my full online marketing strategy looked like and what it was comprised of. I had my first website developed for my mortgage company. With the implementation of SEO, it finally ranked very high for competitive keyword phrases in Google's and others, which brought traffic to the website and good line on marketing achievement. But if I had stopped there, that big payday in 2005 would never have arrived. And I would never have been able to eliminate the continuous need to spend marketing dollars on larger yellow page ads, newspaper ads, billboards, and TV commercials. You see, there was a sequence of online marketing strategies that followed after the first website was launched. The next began when I started to listen to my online customers. They told me that they preferred to complete their mortgage application online. Up to this point, they had always had to come in and meet with me, and I would personally take their mortgage application. So I added an online mortgage application to my website. Mortgage applications came rolling in without me even meeting with these people. But something else very unexpected started to happen. I started to get mortgage applications from all over the United States. Because I was licensed in my state, I was only able to do mortgages in my state. I wasn't able to take and handle these mortgage requests that other people from the other 49 states were sending in to me and that I kept receiving in my inbox. I felt bad because I couldn't help these applicants, and they had taken their time out to fill out this lengthy application. I felt responsible for that. And so I decided to start, and so this led me to developing my second mortgage-related website, which was a national mortgage website. I bought another domain name and built this site to handle out-of-state mortgage applications. I wanted to separate the two. The website that I could do the mortgages in and the website that I couldn't handle the mortgages in due to licensing issues. So once those were separated, I could then refer the people that were out of state to other mortgage companies. And therefore, these people that had taken the time would not go without a response. It was important to me that these people be taken care of. It wasn't much time later that I just started receiving too many out-of-state applications. It was taking too much time to manage these leads. So I developed a third website to sell leads. This website was developed to attract lenders that needed leads. Lenders that spent their marketing dollars with me to buy leads that I was generating from my websites. My mortgage lead website basically was just like Zillow or Trulia is today. Buyers and sellers visit these websites, and when they see a listing they are interested in or ask for a realtor to contact them, Zillow, Trulia, and others sell these leads to realtors. I had a better system in place to handle these sales leads, but I was hearing from borrowers that they wanted quicker responses. So I had everything automated. Leads were instantly faxed to lenders that had paid for my leads within moments of a mortgage applicant submitting their mortgage application. My fourth and fifth biggest lead generation websites were developed from ideas I had after listening to clients. I was asked the same questions over and over again that related to two general topics: credit and mortgage calculations. Each individual website was solely built to answer questions and help borrowers find very specific information. The credit website answered questions relating to credit requirements, allowed them to obtain a credit report, and even assist them in addressing credit report errors. It was about credit as it related to mortgages, and the info and support was there on the website for easy access. The mortgage calculator website not only provided interactive calculators for visitors to calculate the most asked questions, such as what would my monthly payment be if, it had a payment calculator, it had an amortization calculator, an APR calculator, a mortgage comparison calculator, an early payoff calculator, and a closing cost calculator. When clients had questions regarding credit or calculators, they were directed to the appropriate website. Because we offered these commonly requested information, these websites ended up referring significant leads to the mortgage application websites. Finally, I developed an affiliate website. In a nutshell, this website attracted and catered to other website owners who wanted to earn revenue by referring their website visitors to our mortgage-related websites. We offered banners and other digital advertisements that could be placed on their website, and when one of their website visitors clicked on the banner, it directed the clicker to one of our mortgage-related websites. The visitor was tracked, and if they completed a particular action, the affiliate received compensation. These 6 websites, plus a few others, were all part of my online marketing success that led to never-seen-before monthly revenues, as well as the big payday from the sale of my businesses. And this is my online marketing success story. I hope you benefited from listening to my story and your mind is spinning with ideas. I shared my story to authenticate clear evidence that, number 1, online marketing works, and 2, there are significant characteristics associated with online marketing that will impact your outcome. Today, online marketing cannot be ignored. We all know that. But what essential elements will be part of your online marketing efforts this month, this quarter, and years to come? Doesn't it make sense to make decisions based upon a planned sequence of events that produce the biggest financial effects? Before we move on, I want to remind you, I do have a big announcement at the end of this presentation, so hang tight. You won't want to miss this. Now for the actionable takeaways. Next, we're going to identify the top 8 influential characteristics that were vital to my successful outcomes. Without these, I know my results would never have been so dramatic. All of these attributions must be part of all of your online marketing campaigns from this moment forward. Before we begin, I want you to think about a recent online marketing project you just completed, or one you've been contemplating doing, or one that stands out as important in your mind. Maybe it was the online marketing campaign that just cost you the most. Whatever it is, I want you to think about it. Do you have that strategy in mind? Give it a name and write that name down on a piece of paper. As I reveal each takeaway, I want you to place a check mark next to the attribute if your campaign met the takeaway criteria. And if it does not, place a big X on the paper. Every minute that goes by without proper implementation is time you've lost achieving fruitful online marketing results. So let's jump right in. Ready? Number 1. Online marketing strategy takeaway is differentiation. You must differentiate your marketing. It was only when I differentiated my marketing efforts from others and I truly stopped following the crowd that I achieved online marketing success. And all of your real estate marketing efforts must clearly create a variation and distinction from all others. Otherwise, you'll just blend in and just become part of the noise. I know being different can cause discomfort. It is easier to continue doing what everybody else is doing, but without differentiation, nothing will change. So ask yourself, when you think about the name of the recent marketing campaign you have written down on your paper, what was it that made it different? Can you quickly identify how it was different than others? Underneath the title of your marketing project, write down differentiate on your paper and put a check mark next to this word if your online marketing project or campaign was clearly different than others. Takeaway number 2, SEO. If only it were true, you build it and they will come. Well, as I found out, it is not. And there's proof. Prior to implementing SEO, no one even knew my websites existed. It was only after SEO my desired prospects found my websites so they could raise their hand and say, I need a mortgage. SEO prepared my business to be front and center when these clients raised their hand to say, I need a mortgage. Each one of my websites were SEO optimized. I had an enormous advantage against every other website competing for my prospects' attention. Quite frankly, without utilizing SEO best practices, nothing would have materialized from any of my online marketing efforts. Ask yourself, did your online marketing project utilize SEO? If it did, give yourself a big check mark. If it didn't, put an X on your paper. Online marketing must-do takeaway number 3, listen. It was when I sincerely listened to my clients and website visitors, I specifically knew what services and or features were missing from my online marketing arsenal. By listening, I was able to fill a void. Providing my clients with exactly what they wanted largely contributed to my collection of successful online marketing strategies. Ask yourself, was your online marketing campaign derived from listening and responding to your clients? Get involved. Don't be afraid to ask questions. How can you go wrong if your online marketing projects are developed based upon your clients' needs? Listening is only the first step. Act upon what you are hearing. I bet each one of you can think of a question, problem, or information your questions repeatedly inquire about today. What are you doing about it? Number 4, be concise. There are circumstances when enhancing or adding more content to your existing site works. However, if I had tried to stuff more content onto my existing website, the benefit or services provided would have been lost. They would not have stood out. They would not have appealed and would not have appeared as special. There would not have been such a grand punch. By placing my mortgage calculator website, my credit related website, the affiliate website, and all other websites that served a different purpose outside and on a different domain and had them stand on their own, this really added to the value these sites provided. It is not only when I started to listen to my clients and provided online website services, such as my mortgage calculator and credit related services, but each stood on its own merits with its own website. These online marketing efforts went far beyond and exceeded my clients' expectations. These offered services became a staple in my business that reinforced the value I placed on my clients and made it exciting and easy for them to share and tell their family, friends, and colleagues about my mortgage business. So ask yourself, do you have a service that deserves its own platform? Have any of your online marketing strategies caused chaos, frustration, or actually took away from the value of other services? Be concise on your paper and place a check mark or an X depending on your answer. Number 5, genuine intent. Every piece of marketing should have your buyers and sellers' best intent in mind, not yours. When you place an ad in a magazine, whose intent are you serving? You could argue the sellers. After all, we were all told to demonstrate your value to sellers by paying and placing their ad in these publications. The truth be told, you are wasting your money and you are not best serving your sellers. Both you and your sellers win when the home reaches as many interested home buyer eyeballs as possible. When was the last time you had a buyer tell you they yearned for more pictures of the front of a home to be added in a home magazine? When I had a genuine intent to take care of my clients' needs and put mine aside, good things happened. Take a hard look at your online marketing. Is any of it about you or your company? Is it self-promotional? If you use the words me, we, I, us, etc., your message and your intent is self-promotional. Stop telling your clients how great your company is, what awards you have won, how many sales you did, and start showing them. All marketing should answer this one question. Does the message, does the marketing, does the strategy benefit your audience? If yes, place a check mark. If no, place an X. On to the 6th takeaway. Innovation and innovate. This is actually my favorite. I never stopped innovating until the day my business sold when working with my online mortgage marketing. I often wonder what would have been my next innovation if I had not been approached to sell my business. One conception idea led to another online marketing plan and strategy. I was continuously looking for opportunities and innovations and methods that would benefit my clientele. Ask yourself, is your real estate online marketing innovative? Are you constantly seeking methods to improve upon existing tools that benefit both your company and clients by perhaps decreasing time or making a task easier? Do you embrace innovation? And does innovation encompass an important part of your ongoing business strategies? Give yourself a check mark if your online marketing strategy utilized innovation. If it did not, place an X on your piece of paper. Number 7 is risk. Everything I did, from taking my first real estate job selling businesses with a family to support, to starting my own business, and to every website I put my sweat and tears into, was a risk. It is easy to get paralyzed by wondering if we will fail or be embarrassed when we venture into marketing that has not been tried or proven. Taking risks and sometimes failing is far more valuable than taking no risk at all. After all, it is these incredible, powerful, personal lessons that teach us more than anybody else could about how to grow our businesses. It is not taking risks that is dangerous. It is continuing to repeat mistakes that is dangerous. My dad, whom I highly respect, told me getting my real estate license was too risky. I remember someone telling me to never invest in real estate because their brother's nephew's neighbor had a tenant who flushed something really bad down the toilet and caused major water damage. If I had taken this to heart, I would never have purchased property in Florida that actually produced substantial profits. Do you trust yourself? Do you take risks that get you closer and closer to your financial goals? If your online marketing campaign had an element of risk to it, put a check mark next to the word. Last but certainly not least, takeaway number 8. No more excuses. During my 2 years as a franchise sales director, I had the fantastic opportunity to speak with a lot of brokers about growing their business. When building my mortgage business online, I actually had approached brokers about participating. During the past 5 years, I've worked with brokers of real estate businesses of all sizes and locations. And surprisingly, I hear the same repeated excuses. Excuses why they can't take action today. The biggest one I hear is my agents will get upset, or I don't think my agents will like it if I do X. Your agents are depending you as their broker to be their leader. And being a leader means that you will take the time to understand what it means and how to grow your business. And when your business grows, obviously your agents are more profitable along the way and the journey. How many of your agents do 80% of the business? Probably, if you're like most, 20%. Top agents are more receptive to change, and non-producing agents will follow and actually stand a better chance of success. The second excuse I hear commonly is the economy. Times are tough. I can't afford this, or I can't do this right now. And the blame is on the economy. Yes, the economy does affect our businesses. But the economy, and when the economy is actually down, is the time when you should be preparing yourself for when things turn around. Yes, someday things will turn around, and I'm excited that my brokers that I work with have certainly witnessed a turnaround. Frankly, during the bad economic times is when you need to be smarter and take action to grow your business. Because this is the time others will be reluctant to participate, and it really is going to set the ground for the future. When times are busier, you don't feel the need. It's a vicious circle. I can't take action today because of the bad economy. I don't want to do anything today because everything is good and I'm too busy. When is the time? When is the correct time to take action and not make excuses? Frankly, I think the time is now. So, how did you do? How many check marks did you have? How many X's do you have on your piece of paper? While my hope is you have 8 check marks, my assumption is you do not, and that is why you are here. If you have more than 3 X's, you need to pay attention to what I'm going to say next. From this day forward, commit to exercising these 8 takeaways. Because challenging myself has also been a driving factor to some of my most successful marketing, I want to challenge you too. I want to present these challenges in an effort to help motivate you to take action and take action today. From this day forward, commit to exercising these 8 takeaways we just discussed. Because challenging myself has also been a driving factor to some of my most successful marketing, I want to challenge you. I want to review and present these challenges in an effort to help you succeed with all of your future online marketing efforts. You might be surprised or not have even realized that these obstacles have prohibited you from moving forward. So let's address these again and look at them from a challenge perspective. Challenge number 1, differentiate. Most find comfort in doing what everybody else is doing. I challenge you to find discomfort in doing what everyone else is not doing. Separate your real estate company from others. This is too important. Being knowledgeable and friendly is not a differentiator. I had to add this one because it's one of my favorite. And this is another inspirational quote about differentiation. Don't you want your business to be irreplaceable to buyers and sellers in your marketplace? Challenge number 2, SEO. Stop chasing buyers and sellers with postcards, mailers, and expensive, wasteful advertising. When a buyer or seller is ready to do business, they will raise their hand. When they do raise their hand and say, I'm ready to buy or I'm ready to sell, be there. Be where they are. They are online. Be prepared when buyers and sellers search online for a real estate company or homes for sale in your local marketplace. To do this, you do need SEO. You need every advantage to be searchable, noticeable, locatable, detectable, visible on the World Wide Web. You need an authoritative online presence. Optimal results will not occur without investing in a long-term search engine optimization strategy. Challenge number 3, have genuine intent. People see through sales tactics. Focus on your prospects and customers. Stop talking about yourself or your company and how great you are. When you genuinely care about your buyers and sellers, sales will happen. Your business will grow. Challenge number 4, listen. Listen to your clients. Ask them questions. Find out what matters to them. When you do, you can eliminate guesswork, money, time, and resources. They are telling you what your next plan of attack needs to be. You can also listen to your clients by hearing what they don't say when you do online marketing. Silence is not good. Challenge number 5, be concise. What is your unique selling proposition? Make it stand out. Don't bury it with other content. Display and use it in the most effective way possible. Make it truly remarkable. Challenge number 6, take risk. Grow and learn from the experiences. You may fail sometimes, but what great person do you know that didn't take some risks and have some failures? Challenge number 7, innovate. Make innovation a natural part of your everyday agenda. Stay current with leading edge trends. Never stop innovating. Innovate yourself and learn from other innovators. Innovation will make online marketing better for you and, more importantly, for your current and future buyers and sellers. Challenge number 8, no more excuses. Plans are only good intentions unless they immediately generate into hard work. Unless you are differentiating your business from others, unless you have a solid ongoing SEO strategy, unless the genuine intent of your online marketing is client-focused, unless you are in regular communication and listen to the people that matter the most, your clients, Unless you are using precision and concise display and execution with content, material, innovation, services, and online marketing, unless you take risks, unless you make adjustments and learn from them, unless you innovate on an ongoing basis, you are making excuses. Change that today. I hope your mind is spinning with ideas, new ideas of thinking about your ongoing online real estate marketing strategies. My intent is to provide you with the traits of successful online marketing so you really can take action. So you can attract and retain top agents, position your business front and center online when buyers and sellers search for a real estate company or properties for sale. Your company closes more transactions and your company revenues climb upward. We've learned a lot thus far. Remember, I do have an announcement at the end of this presentation, really worth sticking around for. I want you to get the most out of this. So before the big reveal, we need to address a few more facts. If you are uncertain what to do next or where to begin, I'm going to take the guesswork out of it for you. I'm going to share what respected industry leaders say today's online buyers and sellers want. The truth be told, if you are not keeping an eye on Zillow or Trulia, you are isolating yourself, your brand, and your company from the easiest way to understand and learn exactly what your buyers and sellers want. After all, these websites are visited and they take away your local buyers and sellers. Very recently, I read an article titled The 5 Top Broker Website Trends for 2014, which was written by the Wave Group. It's a great read, and I will have the link for this information below this video. The article starts out, there is a significant gap in the depth of information found on listing portals versus broker websites today. Aside from marketing penetration and marketing investment, the quality of the experience is simply better on many portal sites. Bottom line, Zillow, Trulia, and others are doing a better job providing the data today's property buyers and sellers yearn for. They are capturing your online audience, and this should frustrate you. The good news? According to the study, these are the top 5 countdown features brokers plan to integrate into search or into the listing detail pages in 2014 in order to decrease this significant gap and get their customers back to their website. Use each one of these upcoming web strategies to increase your online marketing success. Decrease the gap. Number 5, drive time. 21% of brokers plan to integrate drive time search. You've experienced this when you map something in your car's GPS or on your phone. It estimates drive time and updates for traffic. Providing property search results in areas according to drive times, commute time to school, and/or work and play plays a significant role in neighborhood selections for buyers. Decrease the gap. Number 4, school zone attendance search. 29% of brokers plan to integrate school zone attendance search into their website in 2014. According to the Wave Group, it really is information that consumers expect to see on a listing details page, since this data is currently on every portal website. Coming in at number 3 is AVMs. 39% of brokers plan to launch an online automated valuation model on their website in 2014. According to the article, when Zillow began publishing the Z estimate, real estate agents and brokers gasped. Many still do. Sometimes AVMs are accurate. Sometimes they are not. What we also know is that consumers don't care one way or another. They are all over the judgment phase and have moved on to the expectation phase. If brokers do not display an AVM, they will get it from Zillow anyways. Just about every real estate portal has some type of AVM today. Brokers need to catch up. Bridge the gap number 2, public record data. According to the Wave Group, 41% of brokers expect to launch online public data in 2014 on their websites. Unless restricted by state privacy laws, public record data is expected on listing detail pages by consumers. If you go to a portal, you can bet that the data will be there. Showing the transaction history of a property on a listing detail page allows brokers to compete with the portals. It will also help brokers catch up on SEO by publishing listing detail pages for properties that are not for sale, like the portals do. And the number one way to bridge the gap and capture Zillow's, Trulia's, and other portals' audience is market trend data. 45% of brokers expect to launch market trend data on their websites in 2014. Market trend data is coming to broker websites in full force. These are the top 5 real estate features brokers plan to implement this year in an effort to decrease the giant gap and get buyers and sellers interested in them, their local real estate company. Well, if you think about it, how did you do? How many of these 5 features currently exist on your real estate company's website today? Or have you carved out sufficient resources, time, and budget to accomplish these? You better. The Wave Group article titled The 5 Top Broker Website Trends for 2014 continues to read, if you add all of these features together, you wind up with a listing detail page that has the same components as the top portals, but with better data and no pollution from a dizzy array of agent skulls and advertising. Brokers may very well turn the tide and move the consumer back to their own court in the upcoming year by leveling the playing field with equal features. These features and solutions can be costly, so they are landing on the roadmaps of the largest and most successful firms first. It may be a few years before small or mid-sized firms are able to afford the added cost. Here's my question to you, or is it? Once again, I have an announcement that might truly be a game changer. It will benefit you, so stay tuned. Here is an excerpt from another study conducted by Real Geeks. It says, perhaps the most disheartening stat revealed is that searches for the word city plus real estate while logged out of Google with the top 50 metro areas by population, only 30% of page 1 listings were local websites. Isn't this a bit awkward that those with true local expertise are badly bruised here in terms of Google's perceived relevance? It is my sincere hope you had a few aha moments during this presentation. While the material may not have been rocket science, it does lay out the necessary steps, elements, and actions essential to mastering online real estate marketing. And as previously mentioned, I know it is easier to resist change or put off taking action. But it is my authentic hope you embrace online marketing and all it has to offer your real estate company. Now, for those interested, I do have special news to share with you. Something has to change. And what if there was an uncomplicated solution? And what if you could accomplish everything we've covered today without overcrowding and obstructing your existing website, therefore eliminating any harmful confusion, and you could grow your business assets like I did and increase the value of your business and your net worth? What if I were to tell you there was an answer, a solution for brokers who want to achieve online marketing success? A true answer, no hype, just a real solution. I'm here to tell you today, there is. I've been focused on this new concept for a while. I've worked hard at making certain it is a differentiator, that it incorporates automatic on-site SEO, that its sole function is based upon listening to buyers and sellers, that it is concise in its marketing without distracting from your existing website, that it has a genuine intent to service buyers and sellers and provide them with value, that it's innovative. And the biggest factor, I have reduced your risk by putting all of the pieces together for you. Would you still have any excuses or not participate, or at minimum, not want to learn more? It is with extreme delight I wish to announce a brand new service product that finally solves what seems to be a never-ending problem. A service product designed specifically for brokers who truly want to stop searching for modern ideas that are different from what everybody else is doing today. But I'm not going to make a formal reveal here. This opportunity will be by invitation only. Your time and mine is valuable. So, in an effort to spend my time wisely helping brokers that want help, I will personally be reaching out and demonstrating this new service product to a select few before making it known to the masses. Being one of the select few is not difficult. I really encourage you to raise your hand and let me know you do want an invitation. To get an invitation, you need to go to realwits.com/invite. This is where you'll have the opportunity to raise your hand and let me know that you are interested. Being one of the few select is not difficult. I do encourage you to raise your hand and let me know you want an invitation. If nothing else, I hope you consider Real Wits as your resource for reliable, straightforward, and truthful online real estate marketing. Visit us anytime at realwits.com to learn more. I'm very passionate about offering tips, tools, help, and solutions for the real estate industry. It's an industry that must be in my blood, an industry that has been good to me, and one that some of my greatest friendships have been created from. I look forward to hearing your online real estate marketing success stories. And please visit realwits.com, or you can reach me at 855-REAL-WIT, or email me at randy@realwits.com and let me know how you're doing or if you have any questions. This concludes our presentation. We're glad you were here.